What if the content your audience actually wants from you is the stuff you've been too scared to post? Hey there, this is social selling and systems expert Brenda Ster, and welcome back to Sassy Sound Bites, the show where we talk about building your social selling or digital marketing business with confidence, systems, AI, and just a little bit of sass. Today, we are talking about the messy middle, the building phase, the figuring it out season of your business that most entrepreneurs tuck away and hide until they have something polished and finished and worthy of a big reveal. And I want to make the case today that hiding it might be the most expensive content mistake you are making right now. Here's the story we have all absorbed. You work quietly, you struggle privately, you get it all figured out, and then you emerge with something beautiful and impressive, and you post the reveal. That's the move, right? Except here's what actually happens. You go invisible for weeks, sometimes months. Your audience slowly forgets about you. And when you finally do show up with the big reveal, they don't know you well enough to care. The polished reveal without the journey is just content. It is not connection. So here's what I want you to think about. When is the last time a behind-the-scenes post from someone you follow actually made you trust them more? Because I'd be willing to bet it wasn't their most polished, perfectly produced piece that did it. It was the moment they let you in. That's what sharing the messy middle does. It converts your audience from casual followers into witnesses to your story. Witnesses remember where you started. They've watched you figure things out in real time. They feel like they know you. And that kind of relationship is what turns into buyers, referrals, and genuine community loyalty. You cannot manufacture that with a perfect reveal. You build it in the in-between. Now, before you picture yourself filming a dramatic breakdown and posting it on your business page, let me be clear. Sharing the messy middle is not the same as oversharing. It is not trauma dumping on your audience or using them as a free support group. It means letting people into the process without waiting for it to be finished. It looks like, here's what I'm currently building and why. It looks like, here's what I tried and what I learned from it. It looks like giving someone the before, not just the after. The question to ask yourself is not, is this perfect? It is this real? Is this relevant? And will this help someone feel less alone? If the answer is yes, it belongs in your content. And here is where I want to flip the thinking completely, because I actually get to do this. I get to share the messy parts. I get to let people in before I have it all figured out. That is not a liability. That is a connection strategy. The shift from I have to be perfect before I post to I get to be real right now changes everything about how consistently you show up. Real talk. When's the last time you actually looked at your content mix and asked yourself whether you have any personality content in the rotation, or whether you're just cycling through tips and promotions and wondering why it feels flat? Because here is the real problem, and I want to name it clearly. Most entrepreneurs are not hiding their messy middle because it's a strategic choice. They're hiding it because every content decision feels high stakes when there is no system underneath it. When you don't have a plan, you only post the safe stuff. The polished stuff, the stuff that doesn't actually connect with anyone. You don't have a vulnerability problem. You have a content system gap. When you have a content system, the messy middle gets a category and a scheduled slot. It stops being a scary decision you make on a random Tuesday afternoon and becomes just Tuesday. Personality Content Day. Here's what I'm working on this week. That is the 3 Ps framework in action: personality, purposeful, and promotional. And the personality pillar is where your story, your behind the scenes, and your real life as an entrepreneur live. When it has a place in your system, it shows up consistently. Without the system, it only shows up when you feel brave enough, which usually means not very often. If you want support building that system and making sure all 3 pillars are actually showing up in your content on a regular basis, that's exactly what we work through inside Social Systems Insider every single month. It is the kind of structure that makes showing up feel sustainable instead of like a constant performance. Okay, so here is where I want you to start. 3 simple steps. First, pick one thing you are currently figuring out in your business. One thing. Second, write one honest, useful thought about what you're learning from that process. Third, connect it back to something your audience is also working through. That is one post, one real, relevant, connective post, no perfect lighting required. And here is exactly how your AI assistant can help you do this. Open your AI tool and type something like this. I am currently working on building this in my business. And describe what you're doing, and I want to write a behind-the-scenes social media post about it. Help me write 3 caption options that feel honest, conversational, and connect back to what my audience is probably also figuring out right now. Let AI draft it, make it sound like you, and post the thing. That is your AI working as your assistant, not replacing your voice, just helping you get it out of your head and onto the page faster. Your audience is not waiting for the polished, finished version of you. They are waiting for the real version. And here is the thing, that version is way more interesting anyway. Sassy Soundbites is sponsored by Social Systems Insider, the cozy email membership to make more money in your social selling or digital marketing business by building smart strategies, smart systems, and smart tech. Join hundreds of other insiders who get exclusive new coaching content every Tuesday. Head to brendaster.com/insider to learn more and claim your first month free. See you right back here next week for more Sassy Soundbites.